Hey guys, my name's Death Metal Gimli. I'm going to be going over some UU teams that I've been doing, and I'm going to be doing a lot of showdown battles in the UU tier for you guys. So right now I'm just going to do a team preview of the team I've made. Basically, I wanted to make a team built around Choice Scarfed Krookodile, Sub Calm Mind Chandelure, and of course Swords Dance Scolipede. Scolipede's probably one of the better sweepers in the tier right now, just because his ability Speed Boost is so good. He also got a buff this gen, and his attack is raised to base 100. So after his Swords Dance, he hits like a ridiculously high, I think that's 656 attack. So yeah, just with his 3 coverage moves, he can basically OHKO or 2-hit KO most of the Pokemon in the tier. So first Pokemon here is Krookodile. If anybody played Gen 5 UU, they'll probably remember this guy. He was pretty potent at the beginning of Gen 5, but as the gen went on, he slowly lost interest, or people lost interest in him. He wasn't seen as much, but he's a great Scarfer nonetheless, just because of his ability Moxie. He also has access to Knockoff, which I'm not sure a lot of people realize this gen. So essentially, if you can get a Moxie boost late game, you can just start sweeping his entire team just from the attack boost. Knockoff also provides pretty good utility early game because you can knock off items, obviously. Alright, and then obviously Earthquake just for another powerful stab move. Stone Edge for those bulky flying types like Zapdos that kind of give this team a little bit of trouble. And Pursuit just for if I trap something that I really desperately need to get rid of. More often than not, I'll just go for the knockoff though. On a Chandelure, Subcalm Mine is kind of a pain in the ass for your opponent to deal with, just because a lot of special walls like Florges or Chansey don't really have a lot to hit Chandelure with. So other than status, of course. So if you can get a sub up, they won't be able to touch you, and then you can just start calm minding. And most of the special walls in the tier will not like taking a boosted flamethrower or shadow ball. If I recall, Empoleon gets 2-hit KO'd by a +1 flamethrower. I wouldn't quote me on that, but he does take a lot of damage, and really all he can do is try and scald you or roar you out. Yeah, just timid, max speed, max attack or special attack. Nothing fancy here. Then of course, speed boost Swords Dance Scolipede. It's pretty standard stuff. I just opted to go for leftovers and max speed and max attack, just because he's not the bulkiest Pokemon ever, but if you can start a sweep going, the leftovers make it really hard for him to be taken down, just because he is slowly regaining all of his life back. Max attack, max speed, just because he's going to be sweeping. He's not baton passing. None of those shenanigans up in here. I went for Adamant Nature instead of Jolly though, just because I am going to be outspeeding most threats after 1 speed boost, so it's not really that important to me to have the maximum speed. Now for my Mega Pokemon, I want to try out Blastoise, or Mega Blastoise rather, just because he's been used against me a couple times in the tier, and next to him and Mega Aggron, there aren't really that many incredibly bulky Pokemon in the tier, so I just figured I'd give him a try. I've tried Mega Aggron before, but have been a little bit disappointed with him, just because he's not able to take on Darmanitan very well. He can take him on, but yeah, he doesn't like it. So I just needed a Rapid Spinner for this team as well for Chandelure, so and Scolipede, I guess. But so I obviously Rapid Spin, and then the 3 attacking moves. I went for Aura Sphere, Scald, and Dark Pulse. Just because Aura Sphere is really great for the Bisharps that are running around in the tier. Scald is just a great attacking move. It doesn't get the Mega Launcher boost, but I more often than not need that burn chance than the confusion chance with is it Water Pulse? Yeah. And then of course Dark Pulse for the Psychic types in the tier, and the Ghost types. I just went full physically defensive, and then 4 in special attack. Nothing crazy. Now Latias, I initially had a specially defensive wall set, but was really disappointed with it, just because it was essentially set up fodder for Bisharps and other Pokemon of the like. So what I opted to do instead was I was also having a lot of trouble with Suicune actually. So what I opted to do was go for a trick Choice Specs Latias instead. Yeah, the three moves: Dragon Pulse, Psyshock for obvious stab. Psyshock also hits on the defensive side, so I can hit special walls. And then I decided to go for T-Bolt just to hit the other bulky water types in the tier, specifically Suicune, because Suicune was giving my team a lot of trouble. Trick, I can also trick my specs onto something, maybe even a Bisharp on the predicted switch, and essentially cripple them. Yeah, like I said, it was especially defensive wall, so I haven't tried it with this set yet. We'll see how it does. If I don't like it, maybe I'll try switching it back, or maybe Life Orb or something like that. Because yeah, Hidden Power Fire or Fighting could do a lot of damage to Bisharp as well, but I'd have to test that. We'll see. Then my last Pokemon, Rhyperior. I needed a bulky phaser that could set up Stealth Rocks, so it was between him and Hippowdon. As much as I love Hippowdon, nothing on my team really likes Sandstorm, so I opted to go for the less common Rhyperior, just because I didn't like the Sandstorm on the team, and I wanted the Rock Stab too. Or Stone, yeah, Rock. So Rock Blast I think is a great move. It's a lot more accurate than Stone Edge too, and it's not as powerful, but you also have the option to, or the opportunity to break subs, which I thought was really interesting. So. Two stab moves, just Rock Blast, Earthquake. I needed a phaser, so I've got the Roar, and of course Stealth Rocks. The only issue with this set that I've had is because it's just a tanky set. Obviously, any special attacker is going to completely destroy his life. This is again where Suicune kind of came into or he was a huge issue for me because my only phaser was 4 times weak to his only attacking move in Scald. So I need to be really careful with Suicune and other special setup sweepers. Most other special setup sweepers, though, I don't really have an issue with, just because Krookodile will outspeed them, or Latias may or may not outspeed them as well. Alright, so that's my team. I'm going to start getting into a session now.